Since Disney bought Star Wars and Lucasfilms in 2012, there have been several very questionable decisions they have made with the brand. However, their most recent announcement regarding an upcoming story featuring Han and Leia has really ruffled a ton of feathers in the community. Just recently, Disney announced an upcoming new book titled Star Wars: The Princess and the Scoundrel. At first it looks completely fine. Great, we get more original era stories. What could be wrong with that? Once you start reading the foreword, that's where it starts to get frustrating. This Valentine's Day, StarWars.com is thrilled to reveal Star Wars: The Princess and the Scoundrel, a new novel from author Beth Revis arriving this summer. Set just after the events of Star Wars: Return of the Jedi, the story begins on the forest moon of Endor, where Han proposes in the elation of the rebel victory against the Empire. After a ceremony at the site of the victory celebration at the end of the film, the newlyweds depart for a honeymoon. Aboard the Halcyon Star Cruiser, the luxury vessel at the heart of the new Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser experience at Disney World Resort, in their most desperate hour, with the war still raging but the Empire nearing its last grasp, the couple must outwit the Imperial remnants clinging to power. Now, if you're unfamiliar, the Halcyon Star Cruiser is Disney's new luxury hotel and theater event that is now at Disney World in Orlando, Florida. This isn't something most Star Wars fans will ever get to participate in, with 2-night stays being over $2,000 for a single person and well over $5,000 for a family of 4. I completely understand that Disney owns Star Wars and can do whatever they want with the characters, but creating a story around a pivotal event in beloved characters' history and using that purely to get more people to learn about and want to attend their incredibly overpriced Halcyon Cruiser leaves a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths. At the time of filming this video, the Halcyon Cruiser is now open and lots of Disney bloggers have been releasing videos about their trips to the cruiser, which I'll include some video of. I have to be honest, it looks to me to be very underwhelming and have an overall non-Star Wars feel to it. Aside from Kylo and Rey showing up for a few minutes, it really could be a generic space voyage and no one would know the difference. Aside from that, there also is the fact that there already is a book that goes over how Han and Leia eventually marry, and that is the famous story, The Courtship of Princess Leia. That book was a pivotal story that introduced so many amazing ideas to the Star Wars universe that are still used today. The planet Dathomir, as well as the Night Sisters and the Hapens, were all introduced in that book, and have all become iconic places and characters since then. There is also the fact that the new book makes no sense. Why would Leia and Han, just a few months after the Battle of Endor, leave all the other rebels who are still fighting the remnants of the Empire to go on a pleasure cruise? It's so incredibly out of character for them. In the original Courtship of Princess Leia, the rebels, after winning on Endor, still have to fight the Empire and are running out of credits and viable ships to continue the fight. Leia decides to make a deal to marry Prince Isildur of the Hapen Cluster in exchange for credits and ships to help continue the fight against the Empire. Leia is willing to make a big sacrifice to help the great good, help the rebellion continue fighting. Juxtapose that with the new book where she decides, screw all you guys, it's time to go for a pleasure cruise. Now, I realize that the Courtship of Princess Leia is no longer considered canon, and I was 100% sure Disney would write a new book about how they got married in the future. But to make this important story all about just being an advertisement for their incredibly overpriced Star Wars hotel is truly a slap in the face to all Star Wars fans. Is this something you have an issue with, or does this not bother you at all? I would love to hear your opinions in the comments section below.